Hey, so, what's your name?
Hi everyone, my name is David Maillis. I am from Nassau, Bahamas. My ancestry is from Greece, so I'm a seafaring person by history.
How'd you end up down here?
My great-grandparents immigrated here as sponge merchants and sponge divers. So
really? That's cool.
we came here because of the sea. So my family and my culture has always been involved in the ocean and the resources here.
So you must have started fishing at a young age. Do you remember the first time you touched a fishing rod?
I remember my 4th birthday getting a glow-in-the-dark fishing rod. And that afternoon, my uncle took me to the edge, which is just 2 miles off right here. I just had a little bucktail jig and caught African pompano. I couldn't have been more than a pound or two, but long streamers. And definitely the first exciting fish I ever remember catching.
Yeah.
Burned into my memory.
How did it evolve from there?
My family are just nuts for fishing.
Yeah.
Anytime we can, we've had a commercial license for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
So we always wanted to, with the intent to sell and, provide for the community high quality fish. We always cared about, making it really nice quality fish.
Right. Yeah.
Bleeding them, icing them down. That's still not big in the culture here.
I'll see a lot of guys. And
rich, poor, doesn't matter. People don't ice, they don't bleed.
Right.
They don't think about it. They don't want to get dirty.
Yeah, and you're taking that fish. You want
I'm commercial though. I'm now the last 5 years been sports fishing, pretty hardcore. The last 3 I've been fishing tournaments, but every fishing opportunity prior to that has been commercial fishing or just me and my brothers on a Boston whaler spear fishing to make money in the summer.
How'd you get into because now you work on real time?
Yeah, so I work for Baha Mar, which is a big resort here. We have 2 vessels, this 50-foot Viking and a 53-foot HCB, and we are a luxury amenity to the hotel. Yeah. So we take care of their big-time guests. We're not a charter boat. So we really just kind of facilitate and relationship build for Baha Mar. Yeah. So that it's a great job. And we stick fishing into it as much as possible because, the Baha Mar team really gives us a lot of freedom to express what we think is the best parts of our country, which is on the sea.
Oh, yeah.
On the water, underwater. And not on land.
That's awesome. And how does this tournament fishing tie into that?
My boss kind of just said, hey, let's fish some of the local tournaments. And we didn't win anything the first year. The second year, we won the Albany tournament.
Yeah, with a pretty solid big eye, huh?
No, that was last year.
Oh, okay.
The 2023 we won it.
Okay.
With 2 yellowfin tunas.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, we caught them at hole in the wall. No one else really caught anything that year.
Okay.
This past Albany tournament was the big one. That was second place.
You guys really? Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you guys won that.
That wasn't no.
That was a sick big
eye. Yeah, that was.
Now walk me through that.
That's definitely the most epic fish I've ever caught. So we hooked up probably 9 a.m.
We were trolling right next to you guys.
Right in the apex of the pocket.
Naked ballio, right?
Yeah, swimmers. Yeah, we were fishing for sailfish. That's what we were hunting for. And we caught a ton there, prior to. And both two lines went off. But I think they both hit coming towards the boat because it was a very slow runoff. It wasn't like this big tuna smash.
Right, yeah.
And I thought it was double sailfish. So I released the bail. And I'm like trying to feed this thing. And I bird's nest out.
Really?
And
damn.
Yeah, it was nuts.
And so
mine snapped off immediately because as soon as that fish turned, that was not a sailfish. Right. And he was probably going full speed like a freight train.
Those big eye fight so hard.
Oh yeah. So anyway, the other rod hooked up. Yeah. It never free spooled.
Mm-hmm.
So it hooked up on its own.
Right.
And I went to that, and, you know, then we are on for 3 hours.
Yeah.
This fish was so close to the edge, it didn't have the chance to spool us.
Mm-hmm.
We chased it for, I think, 3 miles in reverse on this boat. Yeah. And I think if he had hit in deeper water, he would have been able to go down and just and spool us.
Yeah.
It was a 30-pound test.
That's insane.
Gosh, that was nuts.
That's
anyway,
incredible.
so I'm kind of outing myself now, but considering this was in a tournament,
right?
2.5 hours into the fight, we're finally back onto mono. We can see, we can definitely see a tail beat. We know it's not a shark. We don't think it's a marlin anymore. Yeah. And he kind of runs under the boat, and the tip of the rod snaps off.
Damn.
And about 15 feet of the line is chafed. And I backed the drag off and just let him run. Mm-hmm. And he gets all the way back out to the braid. And I decide, like, I'm going to have to do this by hand. Really? Because every time I try to reel, like, it's just going to keep chafing this line. It's only 30-pound test. So I had to do it very slowly by hand twice.
Wow.
Like, I got it all the way up to where we could see him flashing, and then he ran out again. And so 150 yards 2 times by hand. And then finally, as we get him to the boat and he breaks his head out of the surface, we have it on video, the leader in my right hand snaps at the, the crimp in my hand. But luckily I had just pinched it with my left hand.
That's insane.
And just enough purchase on it to turn his head, and both guys hit him with the gaff.
That's insane. That is a lot. There's a lot more to that fish than just seeing it on the dock.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
it was a miracle. Oh, my boss was there.
So is that the craziest fish you've ever caught?
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, that was best fish of my life to date.
So I'm from the Northeast. The
that's
canyons.
A pretty common fish.
The big eye, yeah.
150 pounder. That's a good fish, but you can expect bigger.
Yeah, we got a 225 this past summer, and just like your fish, it comes right. You get it up to the boat, and it just shoots back down. And we fought that one for 3.5 hours probably, but that was on a 50 wide, and
man, they're stubborn. When it's colder water, they can fight harder too.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They don't tire out as quick.
No. And so it's like. Is that they're not as prevalent here in the Bahamas?
Big eyes are pretty rare. You know, I know a handful of guys that have caught them. Mm-hmm. More in the northern Bahamas. I don't think you can land big tunas down in the south because there's so many sharks.
Right. Mm-hmm.
When people fish down there, they see a lot of yellowfin tuna, especially on those big points down south. But very few people can land them. Right. So any big tunas, bluefins, big eyes, big yellowfins will be New Providence and north. Right. Well, actually, no, Exuma, the Exuma Sound, people have caught big tunas, a 400-pound bluefin 3 or 4 years ago. Every year, someone catches a bluefin.
Yeah.
1 year.
And I know it used to be, I watched that Costa documentary on the bluefin fishery in Bimini
in the 50s, yeah.
And that's just, did you ever get I know they were around early.
I'm not that old.
Dwindling.
Did
you ever get a chance?
I'm only 34. Everyone. I was born in 1991, so that fishery had long been over by then. You know, and it wasn't necessarily the Bahamas that our fishery that killed that industry. It was probably more likely the long lining of the Gulf of Mexico, which was the historic Atlantic bluefin spawning grounds, which nobody knew. Yeah, but you know, they slaughtered them in the Gulf of Mexico, and that's what killed out our migration. We were just a pass through. Right. Like we were, you know, as they did their trek north, they came into our water, see if they can get a meal, and then keep going. Right. I think.
And you mentioned you're doing some conservation efforts, or what was that you mentioned before?
Well, our government now has been, you know, seeking ways to advance our blue economy, which is the economy from our marine resources and marine environment, without necessarily submitting to large-scale commercial fishing. Right. So we want to do things like research tourism, like pelagic coral growth, like improving sports fishing closer to high, like tourism areas, like Nassau.
Right.
So I am putting together a project that is has approval from the Minister of Agriculture at this point, but we still don't know in what direction it needs to be, contained in, whether it's government, whether it's a NGO. But it's going to be an anchored FAD program, fish aggregation device.
Okay.
So these are basically huge ocean moorings with a big buoy that you can put subsurface structure underneath, and basically you're cultivating a food web in a known location in the open ocean. And we're going to be putting them anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 feet of water. And the goal for that is to bring a concentration of game fish to within striking distance of Nassau's charter fleets. So they can bring forward a high quality and low cost product for the hundreds of thousands of people that come from Nassau. There's no real fishing opportunity unless you got lots of money. A 2-hour fishing charter is a scam.
Really?
Yeah, you can't do it here. Like, you can't guarantee it. It's
right. And so these, you're going to put out these buoys. It almost sounds like they're floating reefs almost.
They are. I mean, that's it. It's a base for an entire biosphere.
Right.
Your smallest fish, anything that would be attracted towards the sargassum, shrimps, small jacks, all sorts of things, triple tails, and then bigger fish, and then bigger fish, and then what we're doing is that we're bringing blue marlin, we're bringing sailfish, we're bringing white marlin to within reach of Nassau, which isn't incredible. A thing. Like, they're out there. Like, we hooked 2 blue marlin within 15 minutes on the north side this summer, but it's random. And we need to kind of fine tune it here. And this will release fishery as well. It's not like the goal is to go and slaughter fish. The goal is to enhance our tourism product and our sports fishing product. And that's 2 birds with 1 stone. And a great thing about these fads is they also attract that middle tier fish, the Almaco jacks, rainbow runners, bonito, blackfin tuna. There's no market for them here. But it's a low cost, high quality protein resource that we're not exploiting, that are, throughout the tropics of the world, these fish exist. So we're not, over harvesting our Nassau grouper or our spiny lobster or our conch, because we've expanded out into maybe a more sustainable fishery like the rainbow runner. Because I'll tell you, the one buoy we have out here, there's a monstrous school there. To the point where you can't catch the yellowfin tuna because the rainbow runners eat all your live bait. You can't put a line down deep because they eat it before it gets down. Like, there's great potential for this, and I think that hasn't been explored by our country yet. And thankfully, I've been given the opportunity to kind of pursue this by my boss.
That's awesome.
Who's president of Baha Mar. Graham David, shout out. Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. And what do you see the timeline on this?
The next 3 to 5 years, I'd like to see the first 3 out. And these first 3 are hopefully going to have basically a diamond-shaped structure underneath it that will be hosting pelagic coral growth research. So the theory is that, the open ocean, in the nighttime, there's this huge flow of resources from the deep up to the surface that, coral in the shallows never really get access to. Coral is an animal that actively eats other organisms. So the theory is that they should get a huge growth boost in the open ocean if they can be guaranteed, a certain amount of light from the sun in a sturdy structure like this ocean mooring.
Has there been any coral die-off here or from pollution?
Of course.
Yeah.
There's definitely some slight temperature changes over the decades that affect some species. I've definitely seen die-offs in hot summers.
Right.
I do think we have a lot of resilience in the Bahamas compared to maybe some other places, but yeah, we do experience that, and we do need to, explore all avenues to, mitigate the damage.
That's awesome.
Or, supplement in what ways we can.
And how did you come up with this idea? Is there research on this?
Gosh, so the U.S. Navy has a buoy anchored off the Andros Coast, and I've been fishing it for 25 years. Yeah. And I've seen everything there. I've spearfished there. I've spearfished mahi-mahi. So I just know how valuable it is.
Right.
And there's like this stigma against fads in the Bahamas. It was approached 20 years ago and shut down because it was going to cause overfishing. But now, 20 years later, the rest of the Caribbean is a decade into their fad programs. And, Puerto Rico, for example, has extensive research on the value and, if properly managed, there's very low risk of overfishing, especially when you're a hook and line industry. We're not killing out the world's fish. Right. It's not us.
And especially when a lot of it they're released fish.
Yeah, exactly. So and that's definitely what we want to promote as well. And like I said at the beginning, I kind of research tourism. I want to make it. I would like to make it easier for foreign vessels to get a research permit, and we can issue you government tags, and you go and tag fish for us.
Right.
Apparently that's illegal right now for you to go do that yourself. For you to come in with, dolphin tag. Actually, they actually, get the permits and do that here. But some random one where you're not talking to the government about it beforehand is an illegal practice.
Really,
even though it's good for science and you're not really hurting anything. It's just a technical thing. Yeah. So that needs to be kind of loosened up.
Interesting. Yeah, at Stony Brook we have our club advisor, Mr. Fogg. He's actually a research technician, and they had controlled the shark buoy out in Montauk Point. They have underwater sensors all up and down Long Island.
They'll tag big sharks.
Yeah. they like the great whites. Yeah. And the theory behind that...
I want us to do that with tiger sharks here.
Really?
Because I acknowledge that they are really important to the ecosystem, and we can't just kill them off. But they do also eat humans, and they do attack people, and they have been.
Right.
And the more people that come to our country and want to get in our waters, because it's the best part of it, we're going to encounter more and more dangerous situations.
Right.
And especially in the high traffic areas, we should consider programs like that. It ain't hard to catch a tiger shark. I could go out tonight and catch probably 3 or 4. If you could provide me those tags, we can figure it out.
and you mentioned you'll dive around here. Like, have you ever had any shark encounters, or how is that?
Many.
Yeah.
I've never had a truly dangerous situation. Yeah. I think, but I just know how to behave.
Yeah.
I've had lots of experience with it and been with a lot of highly skilled divers. Not only my family, but externally international divers from all over the world. And their bravery made me brave.
Yeah.
I can't think of any particular incident. I've had big tiger sharks come through our group, and you don't know he's there until he's right up on you.
Right. And
that is truly a terrifying feeling.
Yeah.
But
that's insane.
Other than that,
Yeah, out in Montauk, I'll do a little.
My brothers have bad bull shark stories, but that's their tales.
Yeah. Well, I'll do some swimming myself out in Montauk for surf casting, and the thought of a shark is always in the back of your mind. Now, what are those like defensive techniques, or how to act around them so you don't get bitten?
Gosh, don't be floating around. Like I wouldn't be out in the Bahamas without a mask and fins and being able to be, able to see my environment, be able to be mobile.
Right.
I don't suggest you just go and swim out No, it's
no, yeah,
yeah.
that's yeah, yeah.
Being vigilant. Sharks are like any other predator. They're looking for people that aren't paying attention,
right?
That aren't comfortable. So if you're not comfortable, if you don't want to pay attention, then this isn't, the watery environment for you. Go to the pool.
Right. Yeah.
Like, don't switch off.
Right.
Know that this country is a shark sanctuary, but anywhere, like, you're submitting yourself to a wild animal, and your foolhardiness is an invitation to that animal, and you are baiting that animal to attack you.
And
so you have to be defensive in how you think, and you have to think for that animal, because they are clever, and but they don't have sympathy for you. So they're smart, but they don't have that human trait.
So you're down there, you see a shark, it's coming at you. Like, what do you do?
Well, I always have a spear in my hand. Even when I have guests, like if we're in the Exuma Keys and we're doing a snorkel, I'll keep, even if it's not with a sling, just a spear, just something that I can put in front of me and that shark. Try to, they don't really want to rush in. They will always, almost always do like a risk assessment. Unless you have a struggling fish, I really don't think that you're likely to be attacked by a shark. Even if it's coming up to you and is curious, you need to maintain eye contact, maintain like that you're watching and it knows that you know it's there and that you're not scared and you're not panicking. And then he's like, oh shit, well, I don't want to deal with that anymore.
Right.
The risk outweighs the reward now. And that's from a 15-foot tiger shark to a little reef shark.
Right.
They have the same mentality. Actually, I think big sharks are a little more sensible than small sharks.
Yeah.
Like teenagers are stupid. They'll come and rush up and bump you. And
right. Interesting. Yeah. That's
little reef sharks.
Yeah. That's crazy. So like, as far as fishing down here, what do you guys primarily do here? Like, what's your target species?
It's totally seasonal.
Yeah.
Totally seasonal.
Could you explain the seasons to me?
Where should we start? We can start with financial year. September is not much going on. Fix your boat.
Yeah.
You can spearfish. You can deep drop. You can blue marlin fish.
Yeah.
Kind of randomly. And you can yellowfin tuna fish if you can find live bait. November, December through February is the height of the wahoo season. I love the November full moon is always wonderful for the Andros Shore, for New Providence, really kind of anywhere. And then in January, further south, the better it gets. The Exuma Sound becomes a lot more active for wahoo.
And why do you attribute the November full moon to? Like, what is it about that moon that you find? Is it a matter of the bait or just the migration?
I think that's probably a big thing. I know that the November full moon is probably the first full moon that the Nassau grouper will spawn. And so Nassau groupers will get in huge congregations of thousands of groupers on typically big points where there's high current, which is something that wahoo also like.
Right.
So it's kind of a natural, meeting point, or you want to efficiently fish your time. You're going to choose big points where you think there may be a breeding school of grouper, or so I'm trying to think if there's anything else spawning at that time of year. Maybe bonefish as well.
Yeah.
That's why the Andros Shore is so good, I think.
A lot of bonefish.
Don't tell anybody.
I won't. No one's going to see this. That's awesome. So, what is that?
I know people that have caught wahoo with bonefish in their bellies.
Really?
Yep. I've caught one with a pomfret in its belly. So that would tell me that wahoos are feeding quite deep as well. So their, level of feeding is quite diverse.
And how do you target them? I know high-speed trawling,
we high-speed a lot at the end of the year. In January, we kind of switched to bait trolling. But the high-speed trolling is about covering distance, covering ground. I think the wahoo are typically deeper this time of year because it's still kind of warmer.
Right.
So they want to be down where the water is cooler, like 70, 75 degrees. So the high speeding, especially on a boat like this, she raises fish.
Yeah.
She makes a big old commotion. They're, 100, 120 feet down, and they see the spread.
Right.
They may not get excited by you going 7 miles an hour with your perfectly rigged ballyhoo or whatever, but they're going to see that big cowbell on my short taken away and a big ascension, a black bart lure on the other side. They're going to see that. Now, I'm fishing them, 75 to 100 feet behind the boat. So right there, they're looking up, they're seeing it immediately.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why we fish high speed wahoo. It's very inefficient in terms of fuel, and it's not something you can do all day every day because it'll mash up your engines.
Really?
We're probably gonna have to decarb them.
Yeah. And so
it produces. It produces.
And I know you guys, so you're set up with that. You got the heavy lead.
Yeah.
Right? And then you got the shock cord.
Shock cord, 20 to 25 feet.
And what's the theory behind the shock cord?
It just helps with stretch.
Yeah.
It helps. Some people use cable shock leader.
Okay.
Especially when you fish the southern Bahamas, because there's just so many wahoo that they'll be hitting your leads and stuff, and you'll just lose so much if you fish mono shock leaders down south. But the theory is kind of shock mitigation. You think of a 100-pounder hits it going the other way,
and your
drag's tight, and you're going 15 knots. That's a lot of pressure.
Right.
You need some mono in there for stretch. Now, if you're fishing mono, you can use a cable leader.
Right.
But if you're fishing straight, like trolling wire or straight to braid, which some people prefer, then you have to have somewhere that can stretch.
Right.
You have to have it, or you're going to pop off big fish. You'll catch your small fish, but you'll never land your big one.
Right. What's the biggest wahoo you've ever landed?
75 pounds. Everyone I fished with has caught bigger fish than me. But it was in a tournament, and it was a winning fish. So,
is there a way you can target those larger wahoo, or is it just same setup, just calling out the smaller fish?
Yeah, being prepared.
Yep.
100-pounders can be caught anywhere in this country. My cousin's caught a 104-pounder off Southwest Reef, which is 7 miles from here.
Yeah, we've been trolling there. And,
yeah, I've hooked big fish there too and lost big fish, and I've learned a lot over the years about what is necessary to land the big ones. Everything's got to be right.
Right.
You can get away with it under 50 pounds, but when you get into those big fish, it's just a different animal almost. Like they have basically anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So that's why everyone doesn't catch 100-pound wahoo. I bet you a lot of people have hooked them.
Yeah, and then just
whatever goes. Oh, I don't know what the hell went wrong. I lost everything. It could be them every time.
That's awesome. And now, how have you seen fishing change your life in any way?
Oh, for sure. It made me expert of one of the most important aspects of this country. It has allowed me to be free for my entire life and to explore and see the wonder of the world. And feed myself and show other people the secrets of what's underneath the water here. It's just so much, and it fulfills me every day to fish.
That's
really in whatever capacity. I've done it commercially, I've done it tournament, sport fishing, taking my son out to catch jacks. We caught a tarpon this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Probably like a little 4-pound fish.
Nice.
Yeah. It's fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. My ponds in my home are full of tarpon.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Now, what is there any advice that you would give to an up and coming fisherman? Maybe they don't even. Maybe they have never even touched a fishing rod. Anything that you would? Any advice that you could give to someone that's looking to get into the sport?
Be curious. Seek opportunities. there's ways of making yourself valuable beyond fishing skill, that if you're walking docks and you want to get on a boat and meet people, there are very simple things that you can do, like being respectful and just trying to figure out how to talk to older people. Like, you don't have no idea what kind of doors will open up if you take the time to understand their perspective and what they think is valuable. And you know, you making the dock lines neat, or you cleaning without being asked, or offering to help in ways that don't seem glorious or, you know, are menial. That means something to people. And if you want to get on to fishing boats and learn from people like that, that's kind of the people that you will find on, you know, in the fishing world. Every old captain that I've come across has something interesting to share and has some sort of desire to give outlets to young people if they present and approach in the right way. So my advice is to think about how you approach people that have access to the world that you want to get into. Whether it's fishing, whether it's finance, whatever it is. As a young person, like, we need to refine how to respect the generations before us. And we're in a crazy world right now. We're all connected in, and it's really easy to see all of the people in the generation before us that are really messed up and really doing damage to the world. And as young people, we still need to remember and respect that the good people aren't the ones that are being, you know, broadcasted out to everyone. And we need to temper and relearn respect, and that will open doors for us. That's my
incredible
advice.
That's incredible. And yeah, I'd say you just hit the nail on the head right there. I mean, that's awesome. And I really appreciate your time. That was a great talk. And
hey, if you come back next year, we can do it again.
100%. All righty.
Peace out.